Harry Potter sat in his dimly lit office at the Ministry of Magic, the soft glow of his desk lamp casting long shadows on the walls.
The room was cluttered with stacks of paperwork, old case files, and the occasional relic from past investigations. The gentle hum of the magical lighting system was the only sound, broken only by the occasional rustle of parchment as Harry flipped through a file. The office was a far cry from the grandeur of the Ministry's grand atrium. It was functional and unadorned, filled with the remnants of a lifetime of work. On the wall behind him hung a portrait of Sirius Black, his godfather and one of his greatest mentors.
Sirius's image was frozen in a lively moment of laughter, an image Harry cherished despite the many hardships that had followed.
Tonight, however, Harry's thoughts were far from nostalgic.
His mind was consumed by the faint pain in his scar earlier that day. It had been a long time since he had felt anything from it, and the recurrence was disconcerting. He glanced at the old tome that lay open on his desk, an ancient book on magical artifacts and their histories. The veil, which had always intrigued Harry, had drawn his attention once more. A soft knock on the door startled him. Hermione Granger entered, her face lined with concern.
"Harry," she began, her tone serious, "I've been going over the records from the Department of Mysteries. There's something you need to see."
Harry nodded, gesturing for her to sit.
Hermione set down a large leather-bound volume and began flipping through its pages.
"I was revisiting our old research on the veil," she explained. "You remember how we thought it was merely a gateway between life and death?"
Harry nodded, recalling the intense and tragic events that had occurred there. Yes, and how it had taken Sirius away from us.
Hermione continued, "What I've found suggests that the veil is more than just a barrier. It's a containment field, an ancient construct that keeps certain energies and entities from crossing over. And it's not as stable as we thought."
Harry frowned. What do you mean?
Hermione tapped a diagram in the book.
"The veil's structure is breaking down. It was designed to be a permanent fixture, but recent magical disturbances indicate that its integrity is compromised. If it continues to weaken, it could allow entities, dark forces, or even lost souls to pass through."
Harry's mind raced. Are you saying someone is deliberately tampering with it?
Hermione nodded. "That's a possibility. I've cross-referenced recent magical activity reports, and there have been several incidents involving dark magic. The timing coincides with the weakening of the veil."
Ron Weasley entered the room, his expression equally serious. What's the latest then?
Harry quickly filled him in on the details. The veil is destabilizing. We need to investigate before it's too late.
Ron sat down heavily, looking worried. Do you think this has anything to do with the dark wizards we've been hearing about lately?
We need to get to the Department of Mysteries and see what's really going on. If these dark wizards are trying to harness the veil's power, we can't afford to waste any time.
Hermione closed the book with a decisive snap. "I'll gather the latest reports and see if I can find more specific information about recent disturbances. Ron, can you get in touch with the Aurors and have them ready?"
Ron nodded, standing up. Consider it done. I'll mobilize a team.
As Ron left to handle his tasks, Hermione and Harry reviewed the information they had. The gravity of the situation was sinking in. The veil was more than just a relic of their past battles. It was a crucial piece of the magical world's balance. A sense of urgency filled Harry. The veil's destabilization was not just an abstract threat. It was a real danger that could bring forth forces beyond their control. He knew that the next steps would be crucial, and every decision would have far-reaching consequences. Later that evening, as Harry and Hermione prepared to head to the Department of Mysteries, Harry's thoughts drifted back to the events of the past. He remembered the battles they had fought, the friends they had lost, and the darkness they had faced. The weight of their previous struggles seemed to return with renewed intensity, but this time they were not alone. They had the experience, the wisdom, and the determination to face whatever new threat had emerged. As they left for the Department of Mysteries, Harry felt a familiar resolve settle over him, a determination to protect the world he loved, no matter what challenges lay ahead. The night was dark as they made their way through the twisting corridors of the Ministry, their wands casting long shadows on the walls. The air was heavy with anticipation, and Harry could feel the weight of the task before them. But as they approached the Department of Mysteries, he knew that they were ready to confront whatever darkness awaited them.